All right, switching gears, there's a whole lot of trading going on at home during the pandemic. Here to discuss that more is Lee Olesky, TradeWeb CEO. Lee, always good to have you on the show here. What is the impact? What have you seen trend-wise on your platform amid this massive shift of trading at home?
Well, TradeWeb has been at electronic trading for over 20 years now, and so we've seen a process and an acceleration over this time. But certainly in the last 5 months, as people are working from home, we see more and more movement towards electronic trading. It absolutely helps people. It's a more cost-effective way of doing things, and it's a much more efficient way of doing things.
Lee, can you shed some light on who's doing this, and has that demographic changed during the pandemic? Are you having more older folks taking part in the market using your platform? And where does most of the interest lie? Is it, as we continue to see, in big tech?
Sure. Well, Alexis, most of our platform on TradeWeb is a institutional platform. So these are large asset managers, the central banks, big banks, insurance companies. So by and large, what we've seen is that whole group of customers and clients move from an in-office environment to a home environment. That's tens of thousands of users who've gone from office to home. So that's really been the biggest change for us at TradeWeb. We do have a retail piece of our business, but it's a smaller percentage of our business.
Well, yeah, as you talk to these,
sorry, I just want to follow up on that idea of, not having a trading desk, right, where somebody could just turn to somebody else and talk about pricing and liquidity in the market. How has that impacted the way these traders can do business with each other? And do you see it as something that's going to continue to last, or when we can get back to business as usual, they're going to get back to the trading desks?
Yeah, that's a great question, Alexis. And I think that is probably at the core of what we're all confronting right now with the at-home environment from a trading aspect. So this is a situation where understanding what liquidity is, where pricing is in a market, in a typical environment, you're surrounded by colleagues and other traders where you can see and talk and interact with people. When you're isolated at home, it puts a greater emphasis on data and the ability to securely execute a transaction. So that's been the big, assist for electronic trading and data production. So data and electronic execution are at more of a premium when you're effectively isolated at home and you can't look around, talk around, and have more of a group conversation.
Lee, one thing jumped off your latest earnings release to me. You have $500 million open under your credit facility, $560 million in cash. And my sense coming off your earnings call, you might be a little more active on the M&A front. Anything nearing, and what are you looking at?
Yeah, so Brian, we have a whole team that's looking at potential M&A opportunities. We've been doing that for a number of years, and we're going to be disciplined about this, but we do think there are a number of opportunities that are going to present themselves in the coming year or so. So we're out there, we're looking. There's no doubt, though, that it is more difficult in this environment to actually execute on M&A. The inability for people to meet and talk, especially at a management level, makes it a challenging time to do these sorts of things. But I think we'll continue to stay focused on what's important to us, which is building our global network, enhancing our technology, and expanding into different asset classes as we grow the business.
Would it be more, any acquisition, would it be more of a data play?
Well, I think it's what I said before. We're really focused on technology. We're a technology company. TradeWeb largely deploys software around the world through our networks. So we're looking at technology enhancements. We're looking to expand the network of customers we have around the world. We have, customers in 50, 60 countries around the world, but we're looking to expand that. And we're also looking to expand into different asset classes. Most recently, we moved into the credit markets. We have derivative markets. We have obviously government bond markets, money markets, ETF markets. So we're constantly looking at adjacent markets that might fit in with our business model.
Lee, I want to talk a little bit about those credit markets. I know your mortgage business is doing quite nicely, but talk to us about fixed income, because it's experiencing low volatility. You've got a flatter yield curve. What's business looking like there, and do you see it changing anytime soon?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a mixed bag in terms of what's happening in the markets from a fixed income standpoint. For sure, we have lower volatility, very low rates. That takes away some of the activity in some of our lines of business, like the derivative markets are much more subdued. On the other hand, in the government bond markets, we have governments around the world issuing literally trillions in government bonds. That's a core business for us, whether it's in the US or it's in Europe or in Asia. So that business is quite active and busy. As you point out, the mortgage business is very busy as well. It's very active, as you can see from our numbers, because rates going down encourages refinancing of mortgages. So that's a buoyant market as well. And of course, the credit markets have picked up with a tremendous amount of issuance in the second quarter. So we've picked up in credit as well.
All right, let's leave it there for now. Lee Olesky, TradeWeb CEO. When you make that acquisition, come back on with us.
All right. Thank you, guys.